Book of Memes is making a move in its price right now that I'm actually pretty damn surprised to see. It's a little unusual for a crypto like itself, and that will make a lot of sense in a second, but I wanted to just make this video and let you guys know that what it's doing is actually interesting enough to really have caught my attention and maybe get an investment out of me pretty soon here. You guys know I wasn't able to buy it on the way up, and I wasn't buying it at the top, and now that it's pulled back, I'm deciding whether or not I'm going to buy it at all. And in today's video, I think you're going to understand why I'm actually leaning into maybe picking some up, because it's making a very interesting move. So how about we stop wasting time and let's get into it, and let me show you exactly what I mean. So what I want you to understand before we do that is that meme coins are not the cryptos that you should really heavily be relying on technical analysis or looking at the charts on. There's so many factors that go into meme coins that are out of the control of just charting, right? You cannot predict these things. They just quite simply happen like a whale selling its entire position. You cannot predict those things, right? So I wanted to make that disclaimer. But today we're going to be looking at Book of Memes chart and talking a little bit about what's happening because it's extremely interesting. The reason I find this extremely interesting is that cryptos like Book of Meme, especially the size of it, don't usually move like a strong, foundationally secure crypto, like maybe like a Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever it may be. The ones with hundreds of millions of dollars a day in transaction volume that have predictable movements and things. Meme coins don't usually move like that, but it's what Book of Memes is doing right now, and it's so interesting. So what we can see here is that Book of Memes made a beautiful move to the upside. It got this rally, boom, 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 right? Now, as it made this move to the upside, it actually came back down, and every time it cleared a previous point of resistance, it flipped it into support. It happened right there, go back. It happened right here, boom, as well. So it's flipping previous points of resistance into support, creating RS flips on the way up. And when I saw it doing that, I was thinking, man, it's moving really maturely. It's moving like a crypto that's a little bit more mature than a brand new 24-hour-old crypto, just something that I noticed. But when its price started to pull back, this is when I was like, okay, now we're really going to see what's what. And what we can see is something really cool. Its price entered into a descending structure. Now, first and foremost, that was a good sign because generally speaking, cryptos that go up this fast go down much faster. So the fact that it went down in a little bit more of a consolidated way tells me that people actually believe in this thing and think that it can do well, or they're just greedy and they're not selling. One of the two, whatever it may be, it was putting in a very bullish structure. Even though the price is falling, this type of movement to the downside is bullish, especially during a bull market, because generally these types of descending structures can be broken to the upside, right? So again, knowing that, I saw this descending structure, I was like, that's interesting. It caught my attention. Now, what really caught my attention was the fact that when we saw this bullish structure or this descending structure get broken to the downside, which is unusual, don't get me wrong, they don't usually break to the downside, but when it did happen, we saw Book of Meme come straight down to the 618 to 786 Fibonacci zone. Now, the 618 to 786 Fibonacci zone is an extremely crucial zone for established cryptos. Your Bitcoins, Ethereums, your total market cap, BNB, all of those ones, right? It's extremely important, but it's not something you would expect a meme coin to interact with. But what you can see is that Book of Meme came down directly to this thing and used it as support, and is now using that support to try to break its way back into and above this descending channel. This is the type of movement from a crypto that's usually years old with billions of dollars of volume. Not this young, not this new, and not a meme coin. It's extremely interesting to see this play out. Now, not only is it trying to make that move back into and above the structure, if you go down to the 30-minute charts, you can actually see it's putting in bullish structure under this structure. You can go in and let's go ahead and draw this head and shoulders out real quick. We have left shoulder right here, we have head, and we have right shoulder. And this type of structure will generally give you a break to the upside. And so it's so interesting to see that Book of Meme went into a descending structure like a mature crypto, broke to the downside, back test, came down to the 618 to 786 bucks, and is using this support establishment in order to try to break back into this descending structure while also putting in bullish structure to the downside as well. This is the type of movement you see in textbooks. This is not the type of movements you see from meme coins, and it's so interesting to see. Now, is this guaranteeing that Book of Meme is going to rally to the upside? No, there's no way you could possibly say it guarantees it, but it definitely gives it a chance. And so what I'm actually going to go ahead and say about Book of Memes is that if this thing is capable of breaking 0.0123, okay, 0.0123 right here, I would actually say that it's in a fantastic position to get a rally to what could be 0.015, 0.016, or maybe even higher, which could be a move of 30 to 40% to the upside. And that's because at that given point, it would have validated this establishment of support, broken out of a bullish short-term structure, re-cleared a previous point of resistance, recaptured a descending wedge, and then broke to the upside, which is all extremely bullish. So at this given point, if this does happen, I'm going to take the risk in assuming that that could happen. Now, yeah, there's a chance it breaks 0.0123, doesn't go anywhere, and then continues to fall. That is a risk because this is a new meme coin. It could easily go to shit. It could easily go to zero. Just like I was telling you guys up here, this might fall a lot. It fell a lot. So it still could fall from here. I'm not saying that that's not the case. I'm just saying that it's giving itself a decent chance if it breaks 0.0123, and I want to take a little bit of a gamble that it can make that 30-40% move to the upside. So I'm going to keep a very close eye on this, and as it does play out, I will keep you guys updated. Remember, I'm not speaking from a point of bias. I don't own any of this. I want to buy a little bit for the shits and giggles, but I don't own any of it. So I'm purely just going to give you exactly what I'm seeing in the rawest form. And of course, I hope you guys do appreciate and enjoy that. And so with that said, I will keep you guys updated as this does play out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications so you know when the next video goes out, updating you on what happens. And I'll talk to you really soon. I can't wait to do it. Let's go, everybody. See you later.